I think sometimes as business owners, we can get so caught up in work that we forget to take a pause and make sure that everything that we are doing is still properly functioning. So that is why I kind of wanted to first of all, do this whole New Year refresh series for other entrepreneurs who are in the spirit of go and need to kind of slow down and take a look and make sure that everything in your business is actually properly functioning. What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Erin, and this is Erin on Demand, a place for entrepreneurs and content creators looking to build your brand, business, and impact. And y'all, today is another part of our New Year refresh series, and we are talking all about how to refresh your business. Now, these are all things that I like to do at the start of the year to make sure that everything is smooth as we plunge into a new year. So let's get into all the tips. So one of the first things I like to do is clear out my files, make sure that any type of client information that is old and dated from over like 6 months ago is pretty much like in an archive. So I don't want to constantly see that. So I have a little file drawer that I keep a lot of my active clients in. I will go ahead and clear that out and put some new file folders in there and make sure that everything is kind of ready to roll for the new year. I also like to clear off my desktop because my desktop becomes just so insanely terrible. That's really something that should be done once a week that I'm starting to implement into my workflow now. But clearing off my desktop, all of my old files, old video projects, old YouTube videos that I probably will never go in and use to edit again, putting those on a hard drive and just kind of storing that away and starting all the way fresh for the new year. Another thing that I like to do as it pertains to tech is refreshing my passwords. You know, if you're an entrepreneur, you need to make sure that you have really good, long, full of different types of characters and cases passwords. And I'm actually gonna do a whole video on my file management process because that is really important in staying organized in a business. My fiance is amazing at file management and at all things tech. So if he agrees to it, maybe I'll see if he'll come on the channel. But if not, I will have a great source for all of the information that I will provide to you guys. The second thing I like to do at the beginning of the year is a website refresh. And I'm actually kind of undergoing this right now. So if your services may have shifted a little bit, if your messaging may have shifted a little bit, go into your site and change it. Change out those testimonials that are about a service that you may not even provide anymore, or it's not your flagship service. Go in there and clean up your messaging. Make sure that all of your pages work, because sometimes, you know, we really don't click around a whole lot on our website. So just go in there and make sure everything is properly working and looks good. And something you may also want to do is just up your graphics. Maybe swap out some old pictures. Maybe you had your hair dyed before and now it's not dyed anymore. So just refreshing any photos, messages, videos, anything that may be outdated on your website and needs a little bit of sprucing up. The third thing is going over your softwares or subscriptions and making sure that they still make sense for where you are in your business. If you use Later or Iconosquare to manage your social media, and maybe you've hired a couple people to help you with that, you may need to bump up your account to something that allows more than 1 or 2 users to go in and manage your social account. So these are things that I want you guys to pay close attention to when you're looking at your subscriptions for the year. But just in general, with any type of software you have, if you have like I use Zoom, if my Zoom meetings will be more than 100 people soon, then I need to go in and up my subscription. Or maybe there are subscriptions that you don't really use anymore that you can go ahead and cancel. So this is really a way that you can either save money, or it may cost a little bit more because your business is growing, and that's all a part of scaling and making sure that your business runs properly. The fourth thing to do is checking on your social media and just kind of refreshing your bio, looking at the link you have in your bio, making sure that it's still relevant. Is your messaging on social media still in line with your messaging on your website? Is that still in line with, you know, everything that you're doing? So I think making sure that your social media is intact, and just thinking about some new social media strategies that you may want to implement in the new year. Maybe you want to go live more often. That's something that I'm definitely working on doing, is going live at least once a week. Maybe you want to start, posting more frequently. Maybe you want to explore with a new social platform and do a little bit of research on Pinterest or LinkedIn, or a platform that we don't really talk about all the time. I feel like everyone's so freaking focused on Instagram and YouTube. But if there are other social platforms that you want to kind of dibble and dabble with, the beginning of the year is a great time to do a little bit of research and start exploring with different social media platforms. And the fifth thing is checking your bank and spending habits. Some people like to do this at the end of the year. I found myself just so exhausted by the end of the year that I just needed to take a break and go into all of these things in the beginning of the year. But I would say that looking over your financials is so important to do at the beginning of the year. Print your bank statements out. Highlight where you spent certain things. So if you spent, anytime you purchase food, highlight that with a yellow highlighter. Anytime you went shopping, blue highlighter. And really look and see, what are you spending your money on, and how in this new year can you cut back on some things? Can you invest in more things that are gonna be more lucrative and build your wealth? Looking at your financials, printing off bank statements for maybe the last couple of months, or looking at some year-end overviews of your financials is a really good thing to do. That way you are starting the year off in a great financial space. And then the last thing that I would say is look into investments. This is a big thing that I'm doing this year. Investment funds such as Roth IRAs, mutual funds, things that are really going to allow me to put money aside for different things and different reasons. And I think that it's just smart as an entrepreneur at the beginning of the year to start looking at some of those things, especially because you can still benefit from a IRA up until, I believe, April of this year. So if you want to take advantage of the interest build from 2019, you have until April of 2020 to get a Roth IRA and benefit from the compound interest. So these are things that are important to think about as an entrepreneur when you are refreshing for the new year and prepping to grow and scale. I think a lot of times businesses can get crippled because we wait until it's too late to start implementing better habits instead of being proactive with it. So it's always great to be proactive instead of reactive, and to make sure that everything is in tip-top condition for your business as you move forward with time, because time really does get ahead of us, and it can be really hard to kind of take a pause and make sure that things are still looking and functioning and representing you in the best possible way. So I hope this video was so helpful. Please leave me any suggestions that you have for this New Year Refresh series, which I will be doing throughout January, just trying to help you guys and share some productivity hacks that I use, some different things that I do to set myself up for the best possible year, the best possible month, the best possible week, the best possible day that I can possibly have as a woman, as a business owner. I hope you guys are enjoying this. So if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. So question for the comments: what is something that you are going to work on refreshing for your business in 2020? Comment below so I can chat it up with you guys on some things that you may be doing that I haven't even thought about doing. If you like this video and you want to be a part of my internet home, all you have to do is hit the subscribe button or the notification bell. I upload every Wednesday and most Sundays. And yeah, this is just the best YouTube community in the world. I hope this video helped you out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.